Hi, Dr. Ericka Craft Mizuta here. So we're talking about nutrition things because nutrition is one of the six pillars of the American lifestyle medicine thing that we're looking at in order to have optimal health. So in regards to nutrition, I find that most people know if you say, hey, should you eat a Big Mac or should you eat a salad? Unless somebody's just joking around, I think, out of 100 times you'd ask that question, you're going to get 100 answers of you should probably eat salad instead of eating the Big Mac. So I think the biggest thing though, that people, they start a weight loss journey, whatever diet they pick, whether it's keto or paleo or Mediterranean or low carb, or there's so many different eating plans out there. And there's been a lot of research done on diets in general. And if somebody really needs to lose weight, what actually has been found to be the most effective diet is the one that they're going to stick with, that's going to be a lifestyle change. So if you have a person that's drinking 4 or 5 Cokes a day and eating a McDonald's every single day, obviously they need to change those habits. And so they need to pick something that they're going to stick with for the rest of their life and not go back to those habits. So, there are nuances to this. Obviously genetics plays into this. If you have any health problems, for example, if you've been put on a low salt diet by your cardiologist, then you need to stick to that diet, if you're told to. But in general, if you're just somebody that wants to lose weight, what you need to do is you need to stick to an eating plan. Find an eating plan that you can stick to the, for the rest of your life that's going to help you be healthier. So January 23rd, 23 days into the year, research shows that most people quit their goals around day 19 to 20. So we're right around that time where people are just quitting. They don't care anymore. They feel like the changes that they've been trying to make are too difficult. And sometimes that's because you pick something that deprives you too much. If you like to have a piece of chocolate every day and then you say, I'm never going to eat sugar again, that a lot of times programs your brain to want to overeat that food because you're thinking of that food as a bad food. So in 2024, what you can try, instead of trying to eliminate things, let's try to add a couple things to your diet. They're going to help with satiety, but also going to help you achieve those fat loss and weight loss goals that you have. Number one thing that most people do not get enough of, and they have no clue how much they're eating, is fiber. And fiber has actually been proven in many medical studies to help improve your gut microbiome, which again, there's a whole nother discussion about gut microbiome and what is a healthy one. But fiber helps you to feel full. It helps you, so it keeps that satiety. It helps to move through food through your system. So if you eat too much of it, you'll feel bloated. But if you hit the right amount, you're going to feel way better because food's not going to sit in your stomach. But mainly eating more fiber is going to help you feel more full. And so you're not going to be as likely to reach for the sugary snacks that you typically do. So when I tell you these two things, and fiber is one of them, you want to try to meet these goals first before you start eating sugar and all the other, treats that you want to add in. Because if you hit these two, you're going to eat less. So fiber is one. You should be eating 50 to 60 grams of fiber a day. And the general rule is about 15 grams per 1,000 calorie intake. So if you're on a 2,000 calorie a day diet, then you should be eating about 30 grams of fiber. You can also increase that. Like I said, good fiber intake is 50 to 60 grams for gut microbiome. But if you have not been hitting those numbers, start low, and then you can always add it to your diet as you go and see how you feel. Some people will feel too bloated if they get a little bit too much fiber, so you got to find that sweet spot for you. So one is fiber. Number two is protein. Most people are not eating enough protein. Now, I'm not saying to go eat steak every single day. Protein comes in many forms. You could be eating red meat sparingly. You could be eating fish or chicken and looking at, how those are sourced and making sure that you're eating things that are organic, maybe farm fed. If you're eating fish, you want to look at the ones that have lower mercury level. Also, you can get a lot of protein from plants. So in general, a good diet is just going to be a variety of things. You're not going to eat the same thing every single day. You're going to want to get protein, but you're going to want to get it from different sources. So the general rule of protein is to eat 1.6 grams per kilo of body weight. So we go in pounds here in the United States. So the way you calculate that, get your calculator on your phone, you take your weight, divide it by 2.2. you'll get a number. You take that number and you multiply it times 1.6, and that's going to give you the general amount of protein you should be eating per day. Most people are going to be at least 100 grams. The more you weigh, the more protein. So a lot of people say, I don't know how to calculate this. If you really don't know what you're eating, or you find it tedious, to try to count fiber grams or count protein grams, an easy way is just to download some sort of nutritional tracker. I like to use the Carbon app. Now, the Carbon app is actually a paid app. It's $10 a month. You do not have to use a paid app. There are all kinds of free ones out there. I just like the Carbon app because it comes with some coaching in order to help you meet your goals. And it's backed by science. It was made by Dr. Lane Norton, who has done a lot of research in nutritional studies and is one of the leading people that has been helping people in Hollywood, all these like fitness people try to meet their goals. I like the app particularly because what happens is that it adjusts, like if you're losing weight or gaining weight, it adjusts automatically for you. And there's some other nuances to that. You can look up, there's a couple of podcasts about the Carbon app, but I like to use that one, but there's all kinds of free ones. So I would suggest downloading a free fitness app, and figuring out how much fiber you're eating per day and how much protein you're eating per day, and try to meet those goals. Do that first and then see what happens with your weight loss goals. Happy eating.